Sam, I think I accidentally signed a 2-year contract yesterday.
You think? How do you not know?
The guy was speaking so fast, I just kept nodding and saying yes like a bobblehead.
Oh no. Alex, what did you actually want?
A simple SIM card, $10 a month, tops.
And what did you get?
$75 a month, for 2 years.
That's $1,800?
I know, I calculated it at 3 a.m. while staring at the ceiling.
Welcome back to English at the Corner Café, where we learn English through real stories, real mistakes, and real growth.
I'm Alex, your fellow English learner who apparently can't say, wait, slow down.
And I'm Sam. Today's episode is about something so many English learners experience.
Agreeing to something you don't understand because you're too embarrassed to ask questions.
And today, that something was an expensive phone plan that Alex definitely didn't need.
Very, very expensive. Can we talk about something else?
Nope, because this is actually a huge lesson about confidence, communication, and knowing your rights.
Fine, let's do this. Okay, so here's the context. I'd been using my old SIM card for 3 years. Same number, same plan, everything worked fine.
So why change it?
My phone broke. I bought a new one online, and it needed a different size SIM card. That's literally all I needed, a piece of plastic the size of my fingernail.
Simple enough.
That's what I thought. So I walked into this mobile phone store near the train station.
Mm-hmm.
You know the type. Bright white lights, glass tables, phones on display like jewelry, and staff wearing matching polo shirts.
Very corporate.
And very intimidating. The moment I walked in, this sales assistant spotted me like a hawk. Hi, welcome. What brings you in today? Big smile, high energy, already walking toward me.
And you said...
Hi, I just need a SIM card. Just a basic one.
Clear and direct. Good start.
That's what I thought too. But then he said, perfect timing. We've got a fantastic promotion running this week. Let me show you.
Right.
He didn't wait for me to respond. He just walked to the counter, pulled out a tablet, and started tapping. Then he launched into this rapid-fire explanation. So, this package includes unlimited data, 1,000 international minutes, rollover benefits on unused data, free streaming add-ons for 3 major platforms, insurance coverage for your device, and just a small 24-month commitment with flexible upgrade options after 12 months.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
In my head, I heard, blah, 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 unlimited, blah, 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 24 months, blah, 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 commitment, blah, blah, blah. I caught maybe 30% of what he said.
Did you ask him to repeat?
No.
Why not?
Because he looked so confident, like he'd explained us 1,000 times, like it was obvious. And I thought, maybe it's just me. Maybe my English isn't good enough. Maybe everyone else understands this easily.
Imposter syndrome kicked in.
Exactly. I started doubting myself instead of just asking a simple question. Then he said, it's honestly a great deal. Most of our customers go with this one. Very popular. He pointed at the screen, showing me a comparison chart with check marks and bold numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I wanted to understand, but the store was getting busier. There were people behind me now, browsing, waiting.
The pressure was mounting.
Yes, and in my brain, this internal monologue started. Should I ask him to repeat everything? Will I look stupid? These people behind me are probably waiting. He seems busy. Maybe I understood enough? Maybe I can figure out the details later? It's probably fine, right?
Classic panic spiral.
And then he said the magic words. Shall we go ahead and set this up for you? And I hesitated. I felt this knot in my stomach, this voice saying, wait, Alex, this doesn't feel right.
But you didn't listen to that voice.
No. Instead, I smiled and said, yes, sure, sounds good.
No.
I know. The moment I said yes, everything accelerated. He started typing fast, asking for my ID, my address, my email.
Right.
Then he printed out papers, multiple pages. He flipped through them, highlighting sections with a yellow marker. Just sign here, initial here, and one more here. He pointed at little X marks on the pages. And here's the worst part, Sam. I didn't read any of it.
You just signed?
I just signed, like a robot, because I'd already said yes and backing out felt more awkward than just going through with it.
This is painful to hear.
It was painful to do. He stapled the papers, handed me a copy, shook my hand, and said, "Congratulations, your new plan starts tomorrow." I walked out holding this folder and I felt wrong, empty, anxious. That evening, I sat down at my kitchen table with the contract, actually read it, slowly, with a dictionary next to me. 24-month contract, no cancellation for the first year. If I cancel after that, there's a $200 penalty. Monthly fee, $75, not $30 like I'd assumed from the promotional number he'd flashed on screen. Streaming services I don't watch, international minutes to countries I don't call, device insurance with a $50 deductible.
And what had you originally wanted?
A prepaid SIM card, $10, no contract, cancel anytime. That's it.
So what happened?
I got pressured into spending $1,800 over 2 years for services I'll never use.
So what did you learn from this?
You know what the worst part was? It wasn't losing the money. It was realizing that I could have avoided this entire situation with one simple sentence. "Sorry, that's too fast for me. Could you explain it more slowly?" 14 words, 3 seconds to say.
That's it.
But I didn't say it, because in that moment, I wasn't thinking about what I needed. I was thinking about not looking stupid, not slowing anyone down, not revealing that my English wasn't perfect, not being a bother. And so I agreed to something I didn't want, didn't understand, and couldn't afford.
What did you do next?
I went back the next day.
Really?
Yes, I was terrified, but I went back. I brought the contract, I spoke to a manager, I explained slowly and clearly that I didn't understand the plan when I signed it and that I wanted to cancel.
And?
They had a 48-hour cooling-off period. I could cancel with no penalty.
Oh, thank goodness.
I walked out with a simple prepaid SIM card, $10, exactly what I'd wanted in the first place.
Good ending.
Better ending, but I learned something more valuable than the money I saved.
Let's turn this story into practical language tools. Here are phrases that would have helped Alex and will help you.
First, for when someone is speaking too fast. Number 1, "Sorry, could you slow down a bit?" This is simple, direct, and native speakers use it all the time. Number 2, "That's a bit fast for me. Could you repeat that?" It's polite and honest. And 3, "I want to make sure I understand. Can you go through that again?" This shows you're engaged and careful.
Next, for when you need clarification. Number 4, could you explain that in simpler terms? This is great when things sound too technical. 5, what exactly does commitment mean in this context? Don't be afraid to ask about specific words. And 6, can you break that down for me? It's casual and natural.
For when you need time to think. Number 7, I need a moment to think about this. This is completely normal. Don't rush decisions. 8, can I take this information home and review it? A very reasonable request. And number 9, I'm not ready to decide today. That's a powerful phrase. It gives you control.
Finally, when you want to say no, number 10, that's more than I need right now. This sets a clear boundary. 11, I'm looking for something simpler. This redirects the conversation. And 12, let me think about it and come back if I'm interested. A polite exit strategy. Let's clarify the words that confused Alex. Contract, a legal agreement to use a service for a specific period of time. For example, this is a 24-month contract. Commitment, the length of time you're required to stay with the plan. It's similar to contract, but emphasizes the obligation. Monthly fee, the amount you pay every month. It's also called a monthly charge or monthly payment. Prepaid, you pay before using the service. There's no long-term contract. For example, prepaid SIM cards are more flexible. Postpaid, you use the service first, then get a bill. This usually involves a contract. Cancellation fee, money you pay if you end your contract early, also called an early termination fee or exit fee.
Right.
Finally, rollover, unused data or minutes that transfer to the next month. Add-ons, extra services you can add to your basic plan, like international calling. And finally, the cooling off period, a short time when you can cancel without penalty. This is your legal protection. Let's talk about sales culture and your rights as a consumer. Salespeople are often trained to speak confidently and quickly. It creates momentum and makes you feel like you should keep up.
But that doesn't mean you have to. You're the customer. You have the power.
Exactly. And speed can be a tactic. Fast talking can be intentional. It overwhelms you with information so you can't process everything.
So the solution is that saying, "Slow down, please," is always acceptable.
And this isn't just about your English level. Native speakers also get confused by sales jargon and feel pressured to say yes.
That's true. I asked my friend about this. She said, "I once signed up for a gym membership I used twice. Same situation. Too embarrassed to say I didn't understand the contract."
So remember, confusion isn't a language problem. It's a human problem.
And remember your consumer rights. Most countries have consumer protection laws. You have the right to ask questions, take time to decide, read contracts fully, walk away, and request information in writing.
Real confidence in English isn't about understanding every word.
It's about knowing when to ask for help.
The strongest thing you can say is, "I don't understand. Please explain." Let's practice. Imagine this situation. A salesperson says, "This package includes unlimited streaming, rollover data, international roaming, device insurance, and a 24-month commitment with early upgrade options." Alex, what could you say?
I could say, "Sorry, that's a lot of information. Could you explain each part separately? Or could you write down the main points for me?"
Perfect. Okay, scenario 2, the pressure. The person says, "This deal ends today. I need your decision now." What's your response?
I don't make decisions under pressure. I'll come back if I'm interested. Or even, if it's a good deal today, it'll be a good deal tomorrow.
Great answers. Last one, technical jargon. They say the data throttling happens after your high-speed allocation is depleted, reverting to 3G speeds.
I would just say, "Sorry, what does throttling mean?" Or, "Could you explain that in simpler English?" Here's what I want you to take away from my embarrassing story. Your English doesn't have to be perfect, but your understanding should be. Asking questions isn't weakness, it's intelligence. Saying, "I don't understand," isn't embarrassing. Signing something you don't understand is. You have time. Don't let anyone rush you. It's your money, your decision, your pace.
And remember, that awkward feeling of asking someone to slow down, it lasts 5 seconds. The feeling of being locked into a 2-year contract you don't want, that lasts 2 years.
Choose the 5 seconds of awkwardness.
So today's lesson?
Never sign something you don't fully understand.
And never be afraid to say,
Wait, stop. I need you to explain that again.
your English doesn't have to be perfect.
But your choices should be informed.
Thanks for listening to English at the Corner Café.
If this story felt familiar, if you've ever nodded along while understanding nothing, you're not alone.
We're all learning, we're all making mistakes, and that's exactly how we grow.
Join us next time for another real-life English moment.
Until then, remember, questions are power.
See you next time.
See you next time.